I live in the 900 block of North Oakland Avenue. It's kind of a transitional neighborhood. About 1/3 of our houses are owner occupied, another third are rental properties, and another third are abandoned. So one of the areas that we have is right behind the Speedway gas station and a liquor store, packaged liquor store. So I get my share of empty beer bottles, beer cans, Swisher Sweet wrappers, all kinds of crazy stuff. So there's always a lot to pick up. I was out cleaning up one day, and another neighbor saw me out cleaning, and Tim decided he was going to help out. So we not only cleaned up the 900 block of Oakland, we went down into the 800 block of Oakland and cleaned up down there, where we came across a car that had flat tires and obviously abandoned, and we didn't read the part about trespassing on private property either, so we went in and took a look at the car and was shaking the doors to make sure it wasn't stolen, see if the ignition was still intact. And while we're looking at the car, a neighbor came running out of the backyard exclaiming that we were trespassing and he was going to call the police. So I pretty much just said, well, go ahead. He said, well, you're going to run away. I know you're going to run away. And I said, no, we'll stay right here. So we had litter getter and trash bag in hand, and the police were really prompt on getting there, so we dropped the trash bag in the litter getter and talked to the officer, who then went to talk to the neighbor that complained, and this officer literally chewed this guy out. That we're up here picking up trash, and we're doing a good thing, and the last thing he needed to be doing was involving somebody that was complaining about somebody trespassing on his property. So in about a week or two later, the car was gone, and about another couple of weeks, that neighbor happened to be gone as well. So we kind of set him straight, I guess. And just a couple of months after that, happened to be pulling into my house and saw a U-Haul truck, big box truck, that was pulled up into an abandoned house, and guys were just shoveling trash out into this yard. So I just nonchalantly walked inside the house and called non-emergency police, and then went back outside to talk to these guys and see what they were actually doing. And about that time, here comes the same officer that showed up, so he knew what I was all about. And he literally boxed in the U-Haul truck. And he ordered the guys to throw it back on the truck, and this is like a scene out of Alice's Restaurant, but they refused. So he got all their information, driver's license and everything, and I'm trying to explain to him that there is a $2,500 fine for illegal dumping, and that he can enforce that, but he wasn't sure about that. So he called the owner of the property, who had another property that these guys were cleaning out, to dump it into this property, and then they were going to come back and clean it up the next day. Well, I didn't believe that, because we'd already gone through an unsafe building hearing and got a demolition order on that house. So I knew nothing was going to happen to the house. So while the officer's out there taking information, I go back in the house, pull out all our paperwork from the unsafe building hearing to show that yes, we have a demo order on this house. So the officer still has the U-Haul truck blocked. They can't go anywhere. They're not going to put the trash in the truck. We got a hold of the home of the owner of that property, and the officer told him that the trash is going out of here tonight. Called Ray's Trash Service, got a 40-yard dumpster, flat roll-off, brought it in, set it in there before we would let the U-Haul truck drive away. Somebody then came and loaded up the 40-yard dumpster with all of that trash, plus a little bit that I sneaked in. Then we immediately called Ray's to come get the flatbed, to get the dumpster. And I know it cost this guy probably $800 to get an emergency dumpster out, load the trash up, and that didn't count what he had to pay for the people in the U-Haul. So since that's happened, we really haven't seen a lot of dumping in that particular area. Pat's in the next area over from me, and she could probably attest that there's still illegal dumping going on, but it's not as much as what we had seen a few years back. So that was pretty much the story that I had for you, that if you do get out there and you do see things and you do talk to your neighbors, that you can make things happen. So I definitely want to thank KIB for everything they've done. They've actually improved RMS 10 considerably. pocket parks, to planting trees, to the flowers, to the adopt-a-block. It's just a fabulous program, and I'll pump you guys any way I can. Thank you very much.